Morning, sir.
Good morning
Good
po.
morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Opo.
Yes, sir.
University of St. Louis takes pride of its achievements over the years. USL is dubbed as the School of Top Notchers and a premier CICM Catholic educational institution. Will it be the next Louisian Top Notcher? Outstanding board performances, consistent and excellent program accreditations, autonomy for regulations. These are some of the historic milestones of the university.
Welcome to the School of Education, Arts and Sciences.
The School of Education, Arts and Sciences is where future educators, guidance counselors, politicians, and lawmakers are trained significantly. USL produces high-caliber teachers who are equipped with 21st century teaching pedagogies.
Welcome to the School of Health and Allied Sciences.
School of Health and Allied Sciences meets the educational goals of the health industry by producing competent and compassionate health workers committed to people's healthcare and wellness.
Welcome to the School of Engineering, Architecture, and Information Technology Education.
The School of Engineering, Architecture, and Information Technology Education is known for producing world-class engineers, architects, and IT professionals. Its laboratories, equipment, and materials ensure that every student has the best learning environment. In SEI, you will grow with excellence.
Welcome to the School of Accountancy, Business and Hospitality.
The School of Accountancy, Business, and Hospitality offers a wide variety of courses and programs which enhance knowledge, skills, and bring out potentials. This department ensures that well-trained and hard-working faculty members work hand-in-hand with the administrators and staff in creating future professionals. USL enables students to bring out the best of their skills, abilities, and potentials. It empowers students with 21st century competencies and values which are anchored on the CICM curriculum. It transforms students into globally competent and well-rounded individuals of our country. Start right, come over to the Lewishan side.
Okay, so good morning everyone. Before we start the lecture proper, may we put ourselves in a prayerful disposition as we pray the institutionalized Louisian prayer.
O God, wellspring of goodness and blessings, we give you thanks and praise as one Laotian community. The graces you incessantly grant upon us and your divine providence have sustained our beloved university throughout the years of mission and excellence. Having been founded by the Congregation of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, we pray that you keep us committed and dedicated to our mission and identity to serve the Church and the society as we become living witnesses to the gospel values proclaimed by Jesus. For if we are steadfast in our good and beautiful mission, our works will bring success not only to ourselves but also to those whom we are bound to love and serve. Inspired by St. Louis, our patron saint, who was filled with a noble spirit that stirred him to love you above all things, may we also live believing that we are born for a greater purpose and mission as we dwell in your presence all the days of our life. Grant all these supplications through the intercession of Mother Mary and through Christ our Lord. Amen.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good morning, guys, and welcome to our lecture for this week. If you notice, the title of our YouTube video is Obligations of the Partners Part 1. Okay, bakit kaya may Part 1? Kasi may Part 2. Okay? So for this morning, we will only finish until Article 1809. Okay? 1810 until 1827 will be discussed I think this afternoon, or just wait na lang for further announcements kung kailan. Okay? So happy second day of September to everyone. Meron tayong special guest dahil September na eh. Ayan, sumisilip na siya. Ayan, okay. Let's just make him do his cameo appearance before we start our lesson. Okay. Oops. So the second part of our partnership law is obligations of the partners, which begins from Article 1784 and ends at Article 1827. Okay? Before that, may we first have a copy. Teka, I forgot to provide or to flash a copy of the articles themselves. So search tayo. Okay. Guys, a lot of you have been asking for copies of the articles which we discussed last time. So, ito na, papakita ko na sa inyo kung paano ba i-search. Any law naman ng Pilipinas, madali lang makita sa internet. Okay, everything is accessible there. So, search natin, ano nga bang isa-search natin? Yung civil code. Okay, civil code. So, yung civil code is divided into 4 books. Okay, we are concentrating on book 4. So search natin book 4. Okay. Or hindi, mas magandang article ano yung hinahanap natin? 1784. Okay? So we start there. I hope nakikita nating lahat. If not, then palakihin na lang natin. Ayun. So, as mentioned, 1784, beginning Article 1784, we are going to talk about Chapter 2 of our partnership law, which is obligations of the partners. Okay? So, 1784, a partnership begins from the moment of the execution of the contract unless it is otherwise stipulated. Okay? As compared to corporations, the life of a corporation begins upon the issuance of the certificate of registration by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Pero sa partnership, the partnership itself, okay, saan ba nagsisimula yung buhay ng partnership? At the moment or from the moment that the contract has been executed. Okay? So, let's take yung example natin last time. May dalawang naglalakad and then one of them says, let's form a partnership. Tapos sabi ng isa, sige. O may meeting of minds na. Okay? So, okay na. I mean, as long as the essential elements of a contract present siya, there are three, no? Consent, object, and cause or consideration. Okay? Then, meron ng partnership contract na valid. Okay? So, a partnership begins from the moment of the execution of the contract. From the very moment na nagkaroon ng meeting of minds, from the moment na nakumpleto yung elements ng contract of a partnership, okay, doon nagsisimula ang buhay ng partnership. Unless it is otherwise stipulated. So, Article 1784 talks about the consensual nature of a partnership. Okay? So, ayun na nga, no? Ano yung gustong sabihin nitong unless it is otherwise stipulated? Because we have to be careful, okay? Because certain agreements can happen. Number one, the agreement to form a partnership. Okay? So, if intention ng mga parties bumuo ng partnership right now, adi meron ng partnership. Okay? Can the partners agree to form the partnership at a later time? Pwede. Okay? So, pag sinabing at a later time, edi hindi pa nagsisimula yung buhay ng partnership. Okay? The partnership's life will begin once that period stipulated arrives. Okay? Sabi ng mga partners, let's form a partnership next year. Okay? January 1, 2021. O, di pagdating ng period na yon, ng araw na yon, the partnership's life begins. Okay? So, yun nga, 1784 talks about the consensual nature of partnership. Okay? Another agreement na we need to watch out for is the agreement to form a partnership. Okay? Pwedeng nag-agree pa lang sila to form the partnership pero hindi pa sila agree na mag-form na ng partnership. Okay, see the difference? Okay? So, kapag ganon, okay, na ang isang agreement is to form, okay, nag-agree pa lang sila to form the partnership, ibig sabihin, executory pa lang yung contract of partnership. If you remember noong contracts ninyo, last SEM, under Oblicon, okay, meron tayong types of contract according to the time of fulfillment. Okay, marami tayong types of contracts actually, pero let's just focus doon sa types of contract or contracts according to the time of fulfillment. And dalawa yon, executed and executory. When we say executed, tapos na. Okay? Yung executory, gagawin pa lang. Okay? So itong partnership, if the contract of partnership is executory, ibig sabihin the partnership's life has not yet begun. Okay? Sabi nga dito, ayan, no, a partnership begins from the moment of the execution of the contract. So, once the contract of partnership has been executed, doon pa lang magsisimula yung buhay ng partnership. Pag executory yan, not yet. Okay? So, yun. That's Article 1784. Article 1785, okay? when a partnership for a fixed term or particular undertaking is continued after the termination of such term or particular undertaking without any express agreement, the rights and duties of the partners remain the same as they were at such termination, so far as is consistent with the partnership of at will. Okay? A continuation of the business by the partners or such of them as habitually acted therein during the term without any settlement or liquidation of the partnership affairs is prima facie evidence of a continuation of the partnership. Okay, what Article 1785 wants to say is that generally, okay, pag walang sinabi, pag silent, a partnership is a partnership at will. Okay, so napag-usapan na natin yan last meeting. Okay, last time na nag-live tayo. Okay, partnership at will, ibig sabihin, it can be terminated anytime. Okay, pero kapag partnership for a fixed term, let's say, bubuo ng partnership for only 20 years. At the end of 20 years, automatic dissolved ang partnership or particular undertaking. So, if we are to create a partnership for the purpose of curing COVID-19 patients, for example, GPP, no, and then doctors. So, once the last case of COVID has been treated and has recovered or is closed, edi tapos na. Okay, the particular undertaking is finished. So, once natapos na yang particular undertaking na yan, the partnership is automatically dissolved. Okay? But, okay, itong Article 1785, sinasabi niya that if there is a continuation of the business by the partners, even if the fixed term has arrived or the particular undertaking is finished, ibig sabihin, na-convert na yung partnership for a fixed term or partnership for a particular undertaking into a partnership at will. Okay? Kasi tinuloy pa rin nila eh. Dapat tapos na kasi dumating na yung period or natapos na yung kailangan nilang gawin. Pero dahil tinutuloy pa rin nila yung business nila, okay, that is daw a prima facie evidence. I mean, a continuation of the business, okay, is prima facie evidence of the continuation of the partnership. Ibig sabihin, if the partners still continue or still goes on with their business, ibig sabihin, the partnership is not the partnership continues existing. Okay, yun nga lang, okay, the original partnership is dissolved. Okay, so, for example, yun nga, partnership for a fixed term muna, 20 years. Dumating yung 20 years, edi dapat dissolved na sana. But they continued their operations. Okay? So, ano nangyari doon sa partnership for a fixed term of 20 years na yon? Naging, na-convert siya into a partnership at will. Okay? So, what happens kapag ganon? Okay? What if fixed term tapos na-convert siya into a partnership at will? Ibig sabi ng Article 1785, the rights and the duties of the partners remain the same as they were at such termination. Kasi nga, yung original na partnership for a fixed term na 20 years, na-dissolve yun. Okay, and then a new partnership is automatically established, which is now a partnership at will. Tuloy pa rin. Okay, yun nga lang, na-dissolve yung unang partnership, nagkaroon ng bago kasi nga iba na. Okay, hindi na siya fixed term. Partnership at will na siya. It can be terminated anytime na. Okay, but kapag nagkaroon ng ganong conversion from fixed term to at will, yung rights and duties of the partners parehas pa rin. So kung ang kanilang P&L ratio ay let's say there are two partners 50-50, edi it remains to be 50-50 pa rin. Okay? So ganon daw under Article 1785. Okay? Next, 1786. Okay? Every partner is a debtor of the partnership for whatever he may have promised to contribute thereto. He shall also be bound for warranty in case of eviction with regard to specific and determinate things which he may have contributed to the partnership in the same cases and in the same manner as the vendor is bound with respect to the vendee. he shall also be liable for the fruits thereof from the time they should have been delivered without the need of any demand. Okay. So dito sa Article 1786, merong mga terms na na-mention which you will learn pagdating ninyo sa law on sales, which is next semester pa. Okay? What are those terms? Ito, warranty in case of eviction, vendor, and vendee. Okay? Bakit nandyan kung law on sales pa naman? Okay? Kino-compare niya lang. Okay? So, kung ano yung obligation ng partner, kung ano yung obligation ng isang vendor doon sa vendee, ganun din. Okay? Insofar as warranty of eviction, parang warranty in case of eviction, okay? Insofar as warranty in case of eviction is concerned, okay? Yung obligation ng vendor doon sa vendee parehas doon sa obligation ng partner doon sa partnership. Okay, ano ba yung warranty against eviction? Kasi under law on sales, medyo advanced lesson na tayo ng konti. Okay? Next sem pa to. Pero I think I need to say this para mas maintindihan ninyo. Okay, so under the law on sales, one of the obligations of a vendor is to warrant the thing being sold. Meron tayong tinatawag na warranty against hidden defects tsaka warranty against eviction. Okay? Ang gustong sabihin ng warranty against hidden defects, okay? It's actually one of the natural elements, no, of a contract of sale. Okay, 'di ba? Essential. Kahit anong contract naman cause, object, consent. Okay? Natural, ayan, kunwari sa law on sales, natural element is yung warranty. Okay, now, yung warranty against hidden defects, parang the vendor is guaranteeing the vendee na walang hidden defects yung binebenta niya. Okay? Na in the event na magkaroon ng hidden defects, okay, subject to exceptions of course, pero saka na yon, next sem na lang, the vendor will be liable. Okay? Ano naman yung warranty in case of eviction? The vendor, okay, parang ina-assert niya doon sa vendee na hindi, mapupunta talaga sa'yo yung title nitong binebenta ko. Okay? Kunwari, ang binebenta ko, lupa. Okay? Me as a vendor, okay, I am asserting or I am making the claim, okay, doon sa aking vendee na mapupunta sa'yo yung lupa na to. Okay? Hindi ka palalayasin dyan. Okay? So that, pagdating ng, if for example, napalayas yung vendee, okay, na-evict siya doon sa binenta kong lupa, I will be liable. Okay? This is subject to some requisites and syempre may mga exceptions dito. But at least na-gets nyo yung concept, no? Ngayon, doon sa partner and partnership relationship, okay? Ganon din. Kung ano yung sa vendor at vendee, ganon din sa partner and partnership insofar as warranty against eviction is concerned. So, the partner, okay, must also, parang yung partner automatically, okay, parang he warrants, okay, parang he guarantees, okay, doon sa partnership na hindi mapapalayas yung partnership doon. That the partnership will not be deprived of the use of that land, for example. Okay? So, kung kunwari, ang contribution ko land, okay, hindi ka mapapalayas dyan. Okay? You will be able to use the land kasi hindi ka palalayasin dyan. Okay? So, yun yung warranty ko doon sa, doon sa partnership. Okay? So, ayun, yun yung gusto niyang sabihin. Okay? If you remember pala guys, no, Article 1169. Okay, ang sabi ng Article 1169, if you remember, yan yung no demand, no delay rule. Okay? Except for 5 instances, sinasabi ng batas na kapag walang demand, walang delay. For example, I am obliged to give 10,000 pesos to someone, for example, to a creditor. Okay, ako si debtor. O di, ang pinag-usapan naming date na ibibigay ko yung 10,000 pesos sa kanya is, ano ba ngayon? September 2. O, let's say September 12, 10 days from now. Okay? Pag dumating na yung September 12, am I in delay? Okay? Delay na ba ako? Kasi lumipas na yung pinag-usapan naming date. Okay? According to 1169, you are not yet in legal delay. Okay? Bakit? Kasi wala pa namang demand. Okay, the creditor has to make a demand para ako maging in delay. Okay, but that rule, Article 1169, does not apply in partnerships. Okay? Kapag merong date na in-stipulate na i-contribute mo na yung mga contributions mo, okay, the contributions that you have promised, okay, hindi na kailangan ng partnership mag-demand. Okay? Automatic, pag lumipas na yung panahon, let's say you have promised to contribute a delivery equipment, okay, truck, ganon, to the partnership, kahit hindi, let's say, you promise to contribute yung delivery truck on September 12, 10 days from now. So, pagdating ng September 12, hindi na kailangang mag-demand ng partnership, automatic in delay ka na. Okay? Kasi sa Article 1169, dun sa oblicon ninyo, hindi pa. Kailangan mag-demand para maging in delay. Sa partnership, hindi. Kahit walang demand, delay ka na. Okay? So, ayun, yun yung isa rin na kailangan nating tandaan under Article 1786. Okay? So, ano din ang obligations? Okay, itong 1786 also talks about some obligations, okay, with respect to the contribution of property. Number 1, okay, syempre, pag nag-promise ka na may i-contribute ka, kung ano yung promise mo, okay, you have to actually contribute that. When? At the beginning or at at another stipulated time. Okay? So, if for example, bumuo na kayo ng partnership, kailangan mo nang i-contribute ngayon. Okay? Unless merong stipulation na saka na. Okay? So, number 1, obligation ng isang partner with respect to contributions. Actually, nandito yan, no, sa LMS natin. Ayun, no. Number 1, to contribute at the beginning or at the stipulated time kung ano yung pre-promise mo. Okay? Number 2, obligation. Okay? To answer for eviction. O, yun na yung sinabi natin kaninang warranty against eviction. So, in case the partnership is deprived of the property contributed, okay, the partner who promised, okay, has to answer for it. Okay? Liable siya. Okay? And then, number 3, to answer to the partnership for the fruits of the property, the contribution of which he delayed. Okay? So, kung kunwari nagkaroon ng delay, okay, and pag may delay kasi, let's say, merong interest, okay? So, ayun, you have to pay the partnership, okay? You have to indemnify the partnership. O, yun din yung number 5, actually. Okay, to indemnify the partnership for any damage caused to it by the retention of the same or by the delay in its contribution. You are supposed to contribute whatever it is that you promised. Okay, pero if you hold on to that property, ayan, retention of the same, you retain it in your possession, okay, di ibig sabihin, it will give rise to the delay in the contribution kasi nasa iyo pa. Dapat ibigay mo na sa partnership. If that happens, you have to indemnify the partnership. When we say you have to indemnify the partnership, magbabayad ka ng damages. Okay? And number 4, ito, Article 1163. Okay? To preserve the said property with the diligence of a good father of a family, pending delivery to the partnership. Habang nasa iyo pa, kailangan alagaan mo. Okay? Hindi porket, i-contribute ko naman na yan sa partnership, pabayaan ko na. No. Okay? You still have to preserve, you still have to take care of that thing na ko-contribute mo, okay, you have to take care with that, you have to preserve that with the diligence of a good father of a family habang nasa iyo pa. Okay, pending delivery to the partnership. Okay? Etong what happens, pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya pagdating natin sa Article 1788. Okay? 1787 muna tayo. Okay? When the capital or a part thereof which a partner is bound to contribute consists of goods, their appraisal must be made in the manner prescribed in the contract of partnership. And in the absence of stipulation, it shall be made by experts chosen by the partners and according to current prices, the subsequent changes thereof being for account of the partnership. So, etong Article 1787, dyan galing yung napag-aralan ninyo noong FAR. Okay? Noong partnership natin, noong first year kayo. Okay? Na how do we value, okay, the contributions? O, kunwari, i-account na. Sabi dun sa problem. Accounting muna tayo, ha? Sabi dun sa problem, ganito raw yung kinontribute niya. Nag-contribute siya ng cash, nag-contribute siya ng equipment, blah, blah. Okay? Yung isang partner naman, ganito yung kinontribute niya. How are we going to value those contributions? Kasi syempre, kailangan mong i-account yan eh. Okay? Para makakuha ka ng mataas na score sa quiz, dapat tama yung number na ilalagay mo doon sa kinontribute niya o yung cash niya. Kailangan mo pa bang isipin yung cash? Syempre, laging face value yan. Okay, so kapag nag-contribute siya ng 20,000 pesos in cash, di 20,000 pesos din unless merong ibang agreement. Okay? So, ayun. Sabi ng Article 1787, okay, their appraisal must be made in the manner prescribed in the contract of partnership. Ibig sabihin, based on agreement by the partners. Okay? So, yun ang first priority. Okay? Hindi porket nakikita ninyo doon sa problem na ito yung fair market value niya, ito yung acquisition price niya, ito yung book value niya. Okay? Kapag bibili ka ng brand new, ganito yung presyo niya. Okay? Hindi kaagad yun. Okay? The first priority must be yung agreement ng partners. Okay? I hope you remember that, no? Na unang-unang kailangan ninyong i-take into consideration is yung agreement ng partner. So, kung yung lupa na yan, although 1 million ang market value niya, sabi ng partnership, hindi. 800,000 lang yan. Nag-agree naman ang lahat. O di, yun. Okay? That's how we appraise. Okay? That's how we value yung property na yon. Okay? Pero, kapag wala namang sinabi, okay, it shall be made by experts chosen by the partners and according to current prices. The subsequent changes thereof being for account of the partnership. So, saka na papasok yung mga market value. Okay? So, yung mga experts or appraisal value, yan yung sa experts, no? So, yun nga, it should reflect yung current prices or yung current market value or yung fair market value or kung ano man yung appraisal ng experts. Okay? That comes in second lang. Okay, unang-una pa rin yung agreement ng mga partners. Okay? So, yun lang ang Article 1787. O, yan na yung partnership formation ninyo. If you remember noong FAR ninyo, ang gusto lang naman ipagawa sa inyo ng partnership formation is to account for the creation of the partnership. Okay? Ang laging tanong naman dyan, how much is the capital after formation, di ba? Or paano ba natin i-journalize or magkano ba yung ganitong equipment? Or minsan, yung mga tricky na questions, magkano ang kailangang cash na i-contribute nitong partner na to para umayon doon sa kanilang P&L ratio? Okay? O yun. Or doon sa agreed contribution nila. Okay, so yun lang naman, 'di ba, yung partnership formation. Then after that, pagagawan kayo ng statement of financial position right after the formation, no, 'di ba? Kung ang isang partner ang kinontribute niya business, syempre isara mo muna yung sole proprietorship niya tapos magbukas ka ng partnership books, 'di ba? Yun lang yun. That's Article 1787. Okay? Magkano ba ang ilalagay natin, i-affix natin na value doon sa ikino-contribute niya? Yun lang yung Article 1787. Okay? Article 1788, a partner who has undertaken to contribute a sum of money and fails to do so becomes a debtor for the interest and damages from the time he should have complied with this obligation. So parang yun nga, yung sa Article 1786, no? What happens if itong Article 1786 na ito, hindi mo nasunod? Okay? What if, or what happens when a partner fails to contribute the promised property? Eto na siya. Okay? This is Article 1788. Okay? Actually, this is Article 1788. Pero sa ating notes, eto siya. Okay? So, ano bang mangyayari? Okay, when a partner fails to contribute the property promise. Ayun na. Okay, yung partner na yun becomes a debtor of the partnership, sabi ng Article 1788. Okay? Becomes a debtor. Okay? And bakit Article 1169 yung nandito? Kasi nga, mag-a-apply na yon. Kasi you don't need, in a partnership actually, you don't need, or the partnership does not need to demand para maging in delay yung partner. Okay? So, yun yung effect, okay? If you, as a partner, fail to contribute yung prinamis mong property. Okay? What if hindi ka nga nag-contribute? Does that mean that the partnership is dissolved? Does that mean na hindi na itutuloy yung partnership? No. Okay? The effect only is yun nga, that partner becomes a debtor of the partnership. Okay? May utang yung partner doon sa partnership. Okay? By virtue of the failure of that partner na mag-contribute, hindi pwedeng sabihin ng ibang partners na hindi, wag na nga lang tayo mag-partnership. Hindi. Okay? The other partners cannot rescind the partnership contract by reason of default in contributions. Okay? Their remedy instead would be specific performance with damages from the partner who defaults. Okay? O, parehas lang din naman sa obligations and contracts ninyo eh. Okay? If a partner or if a creditor or if a debtor fails to perform yung kanyang obligation, okay, edi the remedy would be specific performance plus damages. O ganun din. Okay? Kasi yun nga, yung partner na hindi nagko-contribute ng prinamis niya, debtor na siya. Ganun naman ang rules natin sa obligations and contracts. So di siya rin ang mag-a-apply dito sa case na ito. Okay? So, that's Article 1788. Okay? May interest and damages from the time he should have complied with this obligation. For example, the stipulated date na mag-contribute siya is today, September 2, and nag-contribute lang siya noong October 2. So, 1 month yung delay niya. Okay? So, from September 2 to October 2, that's 1 month. Okay? Ibig sabihin, yung interest niya, 1 month din. Okay? So, ayun. Yun yung gustong sabihin ng Article 1788. Okay? And may second paragraph. Okay? The same rule applies to any amount he may have taken from the partnership coffers, and his liability shall begin from the time he converted the amount to his own use. Kapag kumuha ka raw ng pera doon sa kaban ng partnership, okay? You have to return, okay, para ka na ring humiram ng pera doon sa partnership. Okay? Alam nyo yung loans to and from partners? Oh, yun. Okay, so if kumuha ka doon sa kaban ng partnership, the loans from partnership or loans to partner yon. Okay, yun nga lang, dun sa accounting, we do not account for interest. Pero sabi ng batas, we have to. Okay? Bakit ba natin hindi sinasali yung interest nung sa FAR? Number 1, para hindi na magulo. Okay? And, yun nga, to illustrate lang naman kung paano ba nag-work yung loans to and from partner na T-account eh. So, kahit wala na yung interest, at least naintindihan nyo naman. Pero in real life, kailangan talagang may interest. Hindi lang natin sinali sa FAR dahil to simplify lang yung illustrations natin, pati damages. Okay? Pero in real life, dapat may interest and damages. Okay? Kapag magsosoli ka na. nung kinuha mo doon sa kaban ng partnership. Okay? So, ayun, andito siya actually. Ayan, no. Obligations with respect to contribution of money. Okay? Kapag pera ang contribution, to contribute on the date fixed. To reimburse any amount that he may have taken from the partnership. O, ito yung 1788 na second paragraph. Okay, this one. Ayan. Siya yan. Okay? To pay for agreed or legal interest if he fails to pay his contribution or on time or in case he takes an amount. Okay? And converts to his own use. So, in either case, I mean, kapag hindi ka nag-contribute ng pera, let's say, ang pre-namis mo is pera, okay? At hindi mo i-contribute yun, okay? You're a debtor. And therefore, at in delay ka na. And therefore, you have to pay damages and interest. Okay? So, yun. Another case is when kumuha ka doon sa common fund. Okay? And you convert it to your personal use. Ganun din. From the date na kumuha ka until the date na nagbayad ka, i-interesan yun. Okay? So, yung interest, it could be agreed or the legal interest. Ano ba ang legal interest dito sa Pilipinas? It is homework nyo. Okay? Homework nyo na lang. Hindi, sige, sabihin ko na nga. Legal interest is 6%. Okay? And then, that's according to the anti-usury law. Okay, yung legal interest. Yun nga lang, yung anti-usury law is currently suspended. Okay, ibig sabihin, lenders can impose any amount. Okay? Wag lang siyang unconscionable. Wag lang OA. Okay? So, yung 5-6 actually OA yan eh. Okay, 20% oh. Hihiram ka ng 5, ibabalik mo ng 6. Hihiram ka ng 50,000, magiging 60,000 ibabalik mo in a month. Okay, so that's 20% interest in a month. Okay, times 12, that's 240%. Wow, sobrang taas. Okay, that's actually unconscionable. Kaya lang, why is it still prevalent? Kasi wala nagrereklamo. And also because, yun nga, the anti-usury law is suspended. Okay? Ayun. Dapat hanggang 6% per annum lang. Ibig sabihin kapag per month, 0.5% lang. Okay? Anyway, lastly, last obligation to indemnify the partnership for damages caused to it by delay in the contribution or conversion of any sum for his personal benefits. So kapag nagkaroon ka ng delay or kapag kumuha ka at ginamit mo pang sarili, you have to pay damages. Okay? You have to indemnify the partnership. Okay? So, Article 1789, okay, an industrial partner cannot engage in business for himself unless the partnership expressly permits him to do so. And if he should do so, the capitalist partners may either exclude him from the firm or avail themselves of the benefits which he may have obtained in violation of this provision with a right to damages in either case. So, once you are an industrial partner, syempre, alam natin, ang industrial partner, ang contributions niya lang ay ang kanyang industry, ang kanyang services. Okay? And ano bang effect nun? What happens when an industrial partner contributes his services or his industry to the partnership? Okay, anong effect nun? The effect is that nagkakaroon ng exclusivity. I mean, yung partnership has exclusive rights doon sa services nung industrial partner na yon, such that kapag ibinigay ng industrial partner yung kanyang services sa iba or nag-conduct siya ng business for himself, okay, hindi pwede yun. That's in violation of the exclusivity. Okay? Kasi pag mamayari na ng partnership yung services mo, binigay mo sa iba, hindi pwede yun. Okay? That's just the same as like in, for example, an employer-employee relationship. Okay? So, once you apply to a company or inoffer mo yung services mo to an employer, okay? Yung employer na yan, meron siyang exclusive access doon sa services mo such that hindi ka pwedeng magtrabaho sa iba. So, yung employer mo, you have to render services from, let's say, 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. Okay? Hindi ka pwedeng gumawa ng ibang bagay. Okay? Doon sa period na yon kasi you have to um, kailangan mong ibigay yung oras mo and your industry to that employer doon sa oras na yon. So, if for example, you are employed in a company, okay? Let's say nasa Jollibee ka, okay? Can you go somewhere else during your shift? Hindi. Okay? Kasi dapat nasa Jollibee ka lang, okay? Dapat nagwo-work ka lang doon. Okay? Pwede ka bang boss, labas muna ako, magtitinda lang ako. Hindi, that cannot be. Okay, kasi nga you have to give your services doon sa employer mo. Okay? So, yun nga kasi may rights yung employer doon sa services mo, exclusive rights. Okay? If nakalagay doon sa employee-employer or sa employment certificate, okay, na pwede lang siyang magtrabaho sa McDonald's kung hindi niya shift, o di pwede. Okay? Ganon din sa partnership. Okay? General rule, industrial partner cannot engage in business for himself. Exception, if the partnership expressly permits him to do so. Hindi pwede implied permission. Kailangan express. Okay? Kailangan sinabi niya talaga or nakalagay in writing. Okay? And if he should do so, kapag nag-engage siya in business for himself na walang paalam sa partnership, the capitalist partners may exclude him from the firm. Okay? Pwede siyang tanggalin. Okay? Pwede siyang tanggalin sa firm. Or pwede nilang i-avail yung benefits which he may have obtained in violation of this provision with a right to damages in either case. So, what happens when an industrial partner engages in business for himself? Number one, pwede siyang tanggalin ng ibang partners, okay? Plus, pagbabayarin pa siya ng damages. Okay? Or, pwedeng kunin ng partnership yung mga benefits. Okay? Let's say, ang business ninyo, nagbebenta kayo ng face masks. Okay? Yung industrial partner na yan, imbes na magbenta ng face mask, ang ginawa niya, ano kayang ginawa niya? Pumasok na ano bang uso ngayon? Naging rider. Let's say, naging rider siya. Okay, so syempre meron siyang mga naipon, meron siyang mga income doon sa pagiging rider niya, sa pagiging delivery man niya. So, ano ang pwedeng gawin ng partnership? Okay, ganun ha. Dapat nagbebenta ka ng face mask for us, for the partnership. Ang ginawa mo, nagde-deliver ka. Okay? Tanggalin ka namin sa partnership. Tapos, bayad ka ng damages. Or, nasan yung mga kinita mo habang nagde-delivery man ka? Habang nagiging rider ka? Amin na yan. Okay? That now belongs to the partnership. Okay? Or, that now belong to the capitalist partners. Okay? So, pwede rin nilang pagbayarin. Kahit na kinuha na nga yung kita niya, pwede pa rin siyang pagbayarin. Okay? It's here. Ayun. Industrial partners cannot engage in any business. Okay? Unless expressly permitted by the partnership. O, yun na yung Article 1789 na sinasabi natin. Okay? Take note ha, any business. In our example, kanina, face mask yung business, pero ang ginawa niya nag-delivery man. Hindi naman siya related, wala namang conflict of interest kung titignan mo at first glance. Kaya lang, actually meron. Kasi nga, you're giving your services na dapat para sa partnership, binigay mo sa iba. Binigay mo for your own personal benefit. Okay, so hindi pwedeng ganun. Okay? So, any business, kahit pa hindi kahit hindi pa related yan. Okay? Next, 1790. Okay, unless there is a stipulation to the contrary, okay, the partners shall contribute equal shares to the capital of the partnership. So generally speaking, general rule, okay, the partners shall contribute equal shares. So if for example, agreed capital is 100,000 and there are 4 partners, okay, kung silent, 25,000 nila. But if there is a stipulation to the contrary, okay, meaning pwede pala silang mag-stipulate na hindi pala pantay-pantay yung kanilang contributions, okay lang yun. Okay? So, exception to the general rule is, yun nga, kapag merong stipulation to the contrary. Okay? Kapag merong stipulation na hindi sila pantay-pantay ng contribution, edi yun ang masusunod. Okay? Yun lang naman ang gustong sabihin ng Article 1790. But, take note ha, itong partners na ito, ang ibig sabihin natin dito, capitalist partners. Okay, kasi nga, magko-contribute ng capital. Okay? Money or property. Hindi nag-a-apply itong 1790 sa industrial partners. Okay? Because, yun nga, ang kanilang contribution initially ay, ang kanilang contribution sa buong partnership ay ang kanilang industry. Okay? So, 1791. If there is no agreement to the contrary, in case of an imminent loss of the business of the partnership, any partner who refuses to contribute an additional share to the capital except an industrial partner to save the venture or the partnership shall be obliged to sell his interest to the other partners. Okay. Linawin natin ha. Okay. Kapag merong imminent loss, okay, nakikita na ng mga partners na, mukhang malulugi ata tayo in the near future. Okay? To save the partnership, okay, the partners, generally yung mga capitalist lang, okay, unless sinabi na kasama ang industrial partners, okay, they have an obligation, okay, to make additional contributions. Kasi look, okay, is there an obligation by the partners to contribute what they promised? Of course, kanina pa natin pinag-uusapan yan. Pero ang obligation nila hanggang dun lang sa pre-promise nila. For example, ang promise ni partner A is 100,000 pesos plus 300 square meters of land para sa kanilang office. Ayun. Yun lang ang kanyang i-contribute. Yun lang ang obliged siyang ibigay. Nothing more. Okay? Kaya lang, akala ko ba nothing more, sir? Bakit may additional contributions? Kasi nga, sabi ng 1791, although meron kang obligations na mag-contribute lang ng pre-promise mo at wala nang hihigit pa doon, pero kung merong imminent loss, okay, obliged ka din magdagdag. Okay, sabi nothing more pero pwede pa lang magdagdag. Yes, in cases lang ng imminent loss. Okay? Any partner who refuses to contribute, okay, shall be obliged to sell his interest to the other partners. Obliged. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mong ibenta. Hindi ka pwedeng umayaw. Okay? Pwede kang umayaw na mag-contribute. Pwedeng hindi ka mag-contribute. Pero ang consequence niyan, you will be obliged to sell your interest in the partnership to the other partners. Okay? So, general rule, hindi kasama ang industrial partner. Exception if there is an agreement to the contrary. Okay? So, kapag sinabi ng partnership, hindi, pati ikaw industrial partner, gumawa ka ng, you contribute, you make additional contributions. Nag-agree naman ang lahat, di yun. Magbibigay din siya ng additional na contributions. Pero general rule nga is capitalist lang. Okay? Magko-contribute lang si industrial partner if sinabi na magko-contribute din siya. Okay? So, focus tayo doon sa consequence. He will be obliged to sell his interest to the other partners. Bakit? Okay? Kumbaga, pinapaalis na siya doon sa partnership. Okay? Ibenta mo na yung interest mo sa amin ibang mga partners and get out. Okay? Of the partnership, alis ka na. Okay? Bakit? Okay? Why is a partner obliged to sell his interest to the other partners? Because yung kanyang pag-refuse, okay, sa pag-contribute ng additional doon sa partnership, that is a sign of disinterest in the continuance of the partnership. Parang kumbaga gustong sabihin ng partner na yun, ayoko nang ituloy yung partnership na ito. Okay? Kasi nga, yung additional contribution na yun, that means ano yun, parang ibig sabihin nun, nililigtas ninyo yung partnership. Pero dahil ayaw niya mag-contribute, kumbaga parang sinasabi niya, pabayaan mo na yung partnership. Okay? Wala na siyang interest na ipagpatuloy pa yung partnership. Dahil wala na siyang interest pala ipagpatuloy yung partnership, alis na siya. Okay? Papaalisin na siya. Okay? Because yun nga, ang kanyang refusal to contribute is tantamount or is the same or parang senyales yan na ayaw na niyang ipagpatuloy yung partnership. So it's unfair for this partner na ayaw mag-contribute. Okay? Na ayaw mag-additional contribution. Ha? Ano yun? Okay? So ayun nga, no? If it would be unfair, okay, for that partner na maiwan pa siya doon sa partnership na yon. Okay? Kasi if the other partners will be able to contribute additionally, okay, in theory, okay, ang mangyayari diyan may ipagpapatuloy yung partnership. So the partnership continues to exist, the partnership continues to operate, and in consequence, magkakaroon ng profits kasi nailigtas nila yung partnership eh. Tapos andun pa siya, ayaw niya mag-contribute. Unfair. Okay? Unfair naman sa kanya na mag-benefit doon sa mga profits. Sabi na nga niya, ayaw na niyang, hindi niya sinabi pero yun nga, senyales na siya na ayaw na niyang ipagpatuloy yung partnership na yun. Okay? I hope 1791 is clear. Okay? So, Article 1792, okay, may mga tanong ba? Let's look at our stream kung may mga chats. Walang chats. Okay? Doon sa ating mga group chat sa FB, sa Messenger, wala din naman tanong. Okay? How about sa Zoom? May tanong ba? Let's see. Parang wala din, no? Walang tanong. Okay? Chats. Wala eh. Wala. Okay. So, let's move on. Okay. Article 1792. Okay. Article 1792. If a partner authorized to manage, okay, meaning yung managing partner na pag-usapan na natin yan noong last time, okay, yung mga types or yung mga kinds ng partners, okay. So, if the managing partner collects a demandable sum which was owed to him in his own name. Okay, ibig sabihin, meron daw isang tao na may utang doon sa managing partner. Okay? Na yung taong yon may utang din sa partnership. Remember, the partnership has a separate personality, distinct from the partners. So, pwedeng ang isang tao may utang doon sa isa sa mga partners, pwedeng may utang din siya doon sa partnership. Okay? These are two different people, so pwede lang yun. Okay? So, ang gustong tumbukin nitong Article 1792 na ito is if yung managing partner nangolekta siya, naningil siya, okay? Doon sa isang tao na may utang sa kanya personally at may utang pa sa partnership. Okay? Anong mangyayari doon sa nakolekt niya? Kanino mag-a-apply or kaninong credit maa-apply yung utang o yung nakolekt niya? Okay? Will it be in satisfaction of the utang kay managing partner or doon sa partnership. Okay, yun yung gustong linawin nitong Article 1792 na ito. Okay? So, lagyan natin ng example, no? Si managing partner, let's call him Mr. A. Okay? Si Mr. A, managing partner siya, may utang sa kanya si Mr. D. Okay? D as in debtor. Okay? Si Mr. Palitan natin pangalan niya, Mr. C na lang siya. Okay? Si Mr. C, okay, ay isang managing partner ng isang partnership. Okay? And si Mr. D may utang kay Mr. C na 10,000 pesos. May utang din siya doon sa partnership, also 10,000 pesos. Now let's say si Mr. D, debtor, okay, nagbayad siya ng, let's say 10,000 pesos ang binayad niya. Okay? Ang nangolekta, ang naka-receive ay si managing partner. Okay? Anong mangyayari dun sa 10,000? Is that payment to yung utang ni Mr. D kay Mr. C? Or is that payment ni Mr. D to the partnership? Okay? Yun ang gustong isolve ng Article 1792. So sabi niya, okay, the sum thus collected shall be applied to the two credits in proportion to their amounts. So in this case, yung nakolekta ni Mr. C, the managing partner, na 10,000 pesos, 5,000 sa kanya, 5,000 sa partnership. Kasi nga, in proportion to their amounts. Okay? Even though he may have given a receipt for his own credit only, gumamit siya ng resibo na sarili niya. Hindi niya ginamit yung resibo ng partnership. Okay? Kung ginamit ng managing partner yung resibo niya na sarili, okay, prorated. Okay? Pero kapag ginamit niya yung resibo ng partnership, yung buong 10,000 na yun sa partnership. Okay? Yun yung gustong sabihin ng 1792. Okay? Even though he may have given a receipt for his own credit only. So kahit pa nagbigay siya ng resibo for his own credit only, ang mangyayari, prorated. 5,000 kay Mr. C, 5,000 sa partnership. Okay? But should he have given it for the account of the partnership credit, an evidence of this is, yun nga, nag-issue siya ng resibo ng partnership. Okay? The amount shall be fully applied to the latter. Ibig sabihin sa partnership, lahat yung 10,000. Okay? The provisions of this article are understood to be without prejudice to the right granted to the other debtor by Article 1252, but only if the personal credit of the partner should be more onerous to him. So if you remember, guys, actually itong 1792 na ito, this is kumbaga yung application of payment. Okay, you remember how obligations are extinguished. Okay, the first mode of extinguishment of an obligation is payment. And under payment, yun nga yung application of payment. I hope you remember that. So parang ganyan din no? Okay, it's the same. Okay? Yun nga. But, etong second paragraph na ito, okay, ang gusto niyang sabihin, okay, pwedeng mamili si debtor, okay? Kasi ang general rule, pag nag-issue ng resibo si managing partner ng kanyang sariling resibo, prorated, okay, between him, the managing partner, and the partnership. Pero kung ang resibo niya is for the partnership, buo dun sa partnership. Pero, okay, kahit na ganon, binibigyan din ng choice or hindi inaalis ng batas yung choice nung debtor. So, pwede palang mamili si debtor kung kanino niya ibibigay yung buong 10,000, no? Kung kaninong credit ba ang masasatisfy doon sa pagbayad niya ng 10,000. Okay? Pero, okay, but only if the personal credit of the partner should be more onerous to him. Okay? Isa lang. There is only one case wherein pwedeng ang piliin ni debtor ay yung credit ng managing partner. Okay? Example. Ganun na lang. Same example, no? May utang si Mr. D kay Mr. C, 10,000. May utang si Mr. D sa partnership, 10,000 din. Pero, sabihin natin na yung interest rate, or sabihin na lang natin na si Mr. C naglagay ng interest. Yung utang niya sa partnership, walang interest. Which of the two debts is more onerous to the debtor? Di yung utang niya kay managing partner, kay Mr. C. Bakit? Kasi may interest eh. Yung sa partnership, wala namang interest, although same amounts. Di mas onerous, mas burdensome yung utang niya kay managing partner. So, pwede ba niyang sabihin na yung buong 10,000 na binibigay ko kay managing partner lang yan? Yes, pwede. Kasi the personal credit of the partner is more onerous to the debtor. Yun lang ang iisang kaso wherein mapupunta sa managing partner lahat. Or yan lang ang case wherein priority si managing partner. Okay? May nag-chat. Okay. Okay. So, 1793, I hope naintindihan itong 1792, no? Okay. 1793, a partner who has received in whole or in part his share of a partnership credit when the others have not collected theirs shall be obliged, if the debtor should thereafter become insolvent, to bring to the partnership capital what he received, even though he may have given receipt for his share only. Anong ibig sabihin? Anong pinagkaiba niya doon sa 1792? Kasi itong 1792 at saka 1793, parehas siyang tungkol sa mga nare-receive. Okay? Now, 1792 and 1793 are different. Okay? In what way? Yung 1792 kasi there are two credits. May dalawang utang. Yung isa, doon sa managing partner. Yung isa, doon sa partnership. Okay? Doon sa 1793, there is only one credit. Okay? So, wait lang ha. Okay. Saan na tayo? 1793 and 1792 comparison, no? Yung difference nila, yung 1792 dalawa yung utang, as I have mentioned a while ago. Yung 1793 isa lang yung utang. Okay, so yung 1793, a partner who has received in whole or in part his share of a partnership credit. Ito naman utang sa partnership. Okay? So, yung utang doon sa partnership, merong share yung mga partners. Let's say there are two partners, A and B. Okay? Yung isang tao nagbayad sa partnership. Okay? So yung dalawang partners na yan, meron silang share doon sa partnership credit. Let's say equal. Let's say ang utang is 10,000 pesos. Okay? So may share si A na 5,000. Si B may share na 5,000 ulit. Okay? If for example, partner A receives his share, okay, of the partnership credit, let's say in whole, okay, na-receive niya yung buong 5,000 na share niya. Okay? When the other partners have not collected theirs. So, sabihin natin, si partner B, hindi niya na-receive yung kanyang 5,000. Ibig sabihin, yung debtor na yun, 5,000 lang ang in-out niya. 5,000 lang ang nilabas niya. Lahat yun napunta kay A, kasi yun yung share niya. Si B, mangongolekta na lang siguro in the future. Okay, some other time. Kaya lang, si B, nung mangongolekta na siya, insolvent na si debtor. Okay? So ano mangyayari kapag ganon? Sabi ng Article 1793, the partner who has received shall be obliged to bring to the partnership capital what he received, even though he may have given receipt for his share only. Okay? So, yung 5,000 na na-receive ni A, idadala niya yun sa partnership para paghatian nila ni B. Okay? Kasi unfair naman na nabayaran ng buo si A, si B hindi nabayaran ni 5. Okay? So, paghatian nila yung 5,000, dapat maging tig 2,500 nila. Okay? So, yun yung gustong sabihin ng 1793. Okay? So, yun, tig 2,500 nila. Okay? I hope naintindihan ang difference ng 1792 and 1793. And if makakita kayo ng mga situations na ganyan, maybe in your quiz on Thursday or in your prelim exams, I hope ma-distinguish ninyo itong dalawang to. Or at least man lang alam nyo yung rule. Okay? Kasi situational tayo pagdating natin ng exam. Okay? Hindi tayo magtatanong ng he is a partner who is known to the partnership but who is active, ganon, pero not known to the public as a partner. Hindi ganon ang mga tanungan natin sa prelims, no? Or pati sa quizzes, hindi ganon. O kaya, this is a contract wherein 2 or more persons are bound to contribute money, property, or industry to a common fund. Hindi natin tatanong yan. Okay, hindi ganyan ang mga tanungan natin. Okay, so medyo situational tayo when it comes to your quizzes and to your prelim exams. Okay? Okay. So moving on, Article 1794, a part or 1794, ayun. Every partner is responsible to the partnership for damages it suffered by it through its fault, and he cannot compensate them with the profits and benefits which he may have earned for the partnership by his industry. However, the courts may equitably lessen his responsibility if through the partner's extraordinary efforts in other activities of the partnership, unusual profits have been realized. Okay. So, is it possible for a partner to cause damage to the partnership dahil sa mga kagagawan niya? Yes, pwede. Okay? So, what happens when anong mangyayari kapag ganon? Okay? That is a sign of negligence, no? If you remember sa obligations and contracts nyo na naman, okay, yung negligence, di ba? Culpa contractual, culpa kriminal, culpa akilyana, o di ba? Yan yung mga negligence natin. What happens pag may ganon, di ba? General rule, pag may negligence, you have to indemnify your creditor. O ganon din dito sa partnership. Okay? Every partner is responsible to the partnership for damages suffered through his fault. So kung may kasalanan siya at nadama yung partnership, you have to indemnify the partnership. And he cannot compensate them with the profits and benefits which he may have earned for the partnership by his industry. Pwede bang yung damages, kasi siyempre magbabayad ka ng damages dyan eh. Pwede bang itrabaho ko na lang yan? Okay? For example, may utang ka sa isang tao. Pwede bang pagtrabaho na lang ako sa inyo? Diba may mga ganun na napapanood natin sa mga telenovela kapag may hindi nakabayad ng utang niya magiging maid siya or basta magiging ano siya, he or she will offer yung kanyang services doon sa kanyang creditor, di ba? Can that happen, or pwede ba yan? Is that applicable dito sa partnership? Sabi ng Article 1794, he cannot. Okay? Sasabihin ng partner, yung damages na ibibigay ko sa inyo, pwede bang itrabaho ko na lang? Pwede bang yung services ko na lang? Okay. No. Okay? He cannot compensate them with the profits and the benefits which he may have earned for the partnership by his industry. Bakit? Okay? By his industry. Oh. Sabi, a partner kasi is a debtor, okay, to the partnership in as much as the industry is concerned. So, if you are offering your services to the partnership, ibig sabihin, utang mo yan. Okay, utang ng isang partner yung kanyang services sa partnership. Okay? So, ayun, the partnership or a partner is a debtor to the partnership in as much as his industry is concerned. Okay, so may utang na siya. Okay? May utang na siya. Yung utang niyang yon is yung kanyang services doon sa partnership. May utang pa siyang isa, yung damages. Okay? Because of his negligence. Okay? At nadamay ang partnership. There are two different debts. Therefore, hindi pwede yung compensation. If you remember again, ang compensation is one of the modes of extinguishment ng isang obligation. Okay? What is compensation again? Compensation is when the debtor and the creditor, two persons, okay, are debtors and creditors of each other. Okay, yun ang ibig sabihin ng, or yun yung sa compensation. For example, dalawang tao, okay, si A at si B. Si A may utang na 5,000 kay B, si B may utang din na 5,000 kay A. O di compensated na silang dalawa, wag na silang magbayaran. Okay? The obligation is extinguished. Okay? Pero hindi mag-a-apply yan dito. Okay, he cannot compensate. Compensation cannot happen in this case dito sa 1794 kasi nga may dalawang utang. Okay? Kung sana the partner, the negligent partner and the partnership who are two different persons by the way, and they are debtors and creditors of each other. Kung ganun sana, ayun, pwede ang compensation. Kaya lang hindi eh. Wala namang utang si partnership kay partner A. Si partner A may dalawang utang, yung kanyang industry and yung kanyang damages. So, hindi pwede ang compensation dito. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay? However, the courts may equitably lessen his responsibility if through the partner's extraordinary efforts in other activities of the partnership, unusual profits have been realized. Okay? Yung, kasi, yung sinasabi ni partner A na itrabaho niya na lang, talaga namang expected yan sa kanya. Talagang that's part of his responsibilities. Pag sumobra siya doon sa responsibilities na yun at nag-result into nag-result into unusual profits, yun, doon lang pwede malesen yung kanyang responsibility. Okay, so that's Article 1794. Now, Article 1795, okay, the risk of specific and determinate things which are not fungible contributed to the partnership so that only their use and fruits may be for the common benefit shall be borne by the partner who owns them. Okay? So, eto na yun. Where is 1795? Ayun, who bears the risk of loss of things contributed? Okay? Eto yung table natin. If ito ang contribution, okay, for example, ito, this is the one who bears the risk. Kung ito naman, ito. Okay? And others. Okay? Okay, let's go through this one by one, no. If the things contributed are fungible or cannot be kept without deteriorating. Okay? Ito 'yun. Okay? Ito siya. Okay? Next, or if they were contributed to be sold. Ayan, things contributed to be sold. Okay? Okay, the risk shall be borne by the partnership. So itong dalawa, ayan, partnership ang magbe-bear ng risk. Tingnan natin yung iba. In the absence of stipulation, the risk of the things brought and appraised in the inventory, ayan, brought and appraised in the inventory, shall also be borne by the partnership. O, ayan na, sila na yan. Okay? And in such case, the claim shall be limited to the value at which they were appraised. Okay. The risk of specific and determinate things which are not fungible contributed to the partnership so that only their use and fruits may be for the common benefit shall be borne by the partner who owns them. So kapag use and fruits lang, ayan, so that only their use and fruits may be for the common benefit. Ayan. So, kapag yung kinontribute mo, usufruct lang, just the use, okay, of that thing, but not really the thing, okay, who bears the risk? Partner daw, sabi nito. The risk of specific and determinate things, okay, which are not fungible, where only the use is contributed. So, yung use niya is for the common benefit of all the partners, okay? Shall be borne by the partner who owns them. Kaya partner yan. Okay? Pero, if hindi ito na-mention expressly, pero pwede mo na siyang ma-derive dito sa first paragraph, no? What if hindi yung use ang binigay? What if it's the thing itself? Okay? Di partnership na. Needless to say. Okay? Kahit hindi na sabihin. Okay? Bakit? Okay? The principle of res perit domino applies. Okay? Naalala nyo ba ang res perit domino? Okay? So, another mode of extinguishment of an obligation is the loss of the thing due. Ngayon, sino ba ang magbe-bear ng loss? No? Napag-usapan lahat yun doon. Now, pagdating sa partnership, okay, sino naman ang magbe-bear ng risk of the loss of things? Okay? Ayun na nga, mag-a-apply ang res perit domino. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng res perit domino? Okay? Res perit domino, okay? Sige, i-type natin. I-type natin siya, no? So, ang spelling niya is like this. Res perit domino. Okay? That's the legal principle that applies in this case, no? Ayan. Res perit domino. I-italicize natin kasi Latin siya. Okay? So, ayan. Res perit domino. That's the principle that applies dito sa 1795. Okay? What does res perit domino mean? It means that the thing dies with, hindi ako nakatingin sa keyboard, with the owner. Okay? Yan ang ibig sabihin ng res perit domino. The thing dies or perishes. Ayan, perit. Okay? The thing perishes or dies or is lost with the owner. So, kahit hindi mo memorize itong Article 1795, you will be able to tell kung sino ang magbe-bear ng risk just by looking at res perit domino. You will only have to ask one question. Sino ba ang owner? Okay? Kung sino ang owner, siya rin ang magbe-bear ng risk of loss. Okay? So, isayin natin. Specific and determinate things which are not fungible where only the use is contributed. Hindi naman niya binigay sa partnership yan eh. Nasa kanya pa rin ang ownership. Pinapahiram lang niya, pinapagamit niya lang sa mga partners. Okay? So, partner pa rin ang owner. Therefore, who bears the risk? Partner. Kasi nga, the thing is lost or perishes or dies with the owner. And the owner is the partner. Kasi nga, kanya pa rin yung ownership. Hindi naman niya binibigay eh. Hindi naman niya tinatransfer yung ownership doon sa partnership. Pinapagamit niya lang. Okay, pangalawa, specific and determinate things, okay, the ownership of which is transferred to the partnership. O, nagkaroon ng transfer of ownership eh. Ibig sabihin, hindi na si partner ang owner, partnership na ang owner. And dahil partnership na ang owner, pag nawala yan, who bears the risk of the loss? Partnership. Okay? O, ganun na rin dito sa tatlo. Okay? Bakit kaya itong fungible things? Okay, what are fungible things ba? Okay? Fungible things are parang movable goods, okay? Parang may equivalent value siya, parang ganun, or parang although hindi exact yung kanyang value, it can be replaced with another thing, okay? According to measure, parang kilo, liters, okay? Pwede ring number, okay? Kung ilan, okay? So, ayun. Example, let's say oil. Oil is a fungible goods. Kasi you can trade oil with another oil na parehas yung sukat. Pwedeng 1 liter, okay? I mean, ano siya eh? Ang hirap i-explain ng fungible. Okay? Parang ganun. Okay? Parang rice din. Isang kaban, isang kaban. Okay? Pwedeng i-replace. Okay? According to weight. Okay? Yung oil naman according to kanyang yung sa liters. Parang ganun. Now, what happens? Bakit kaya itong fungible things, partnership ang nagbe-bear ng risk? Okay? Because the use of these fungible things, okay, is impossible without the thing being consumed, okay, or impaired. Let's say, yung rice, okay, if yung rice, okay, gagamitin mo, okay, mauubos yan. If, for example, you will use the rice to feed people, which is yung purpose naman niya talaga, okay, mauubos yan. Okay, so, dapat, it's the partnership na kung ang magbe-bear ng risk. Okay? Kasi once these fungible things are being used by the partnership, uubusin na siya ng partnership eh. Okay? And therefore, if it gets lost, okay, partnership na ang nagbe-bear ng risk. Okay? Things contributed to be sold. O, ibebenta eh. O di, let's say that the partnership is engaged in selling. O di, yung inventory na yan, yung things na kinontribute ng isang partner para ibenta, edi partnership na ang may-ari. Okay? And things brought and appraised in the inventory. If you remember last meeting, sabi natin kapag merong mga immovable properties na i-contribute, it must be or there must be a list. Okay? Dapat may inventory ng mga i-contribute na immovables na yan. Okay? So, yung mga nandun, ibig sabihin, pag mamayari na siya ng partnership. Okay? So, since the owner is the partnership, edi kanya din ang risk of loss. Okay? So, that's 1795. Okay? Next, 1796. The partnership shall be responsible to every partner for the amounts he may have disbursed on behalf of the partnership and for the corresponding interest from the time the expense are made. It shall also answer to each partner for the obligations he may have contracted in good faith in the interest of the partnership business and risks in consequence of its management. You can find this sa pinakababa ng ating lesson sa LMS. Ayan, tatlong responsibilities. Okay? If the partners have responsibilities to the partnership, ganun din. The partnership being a separate person also has its responsibilities to the partner. So, yan yun, tatlo. Okay? Number 1, to refund, nasaan na yan? Ayan. The partnership shall be responsible to every partner for the amounts he may have disbursed on behalf of the partnership. So, pag i-refund, kasi yung partner na yon gumastos daw in behalf of the partnership. O di, kailangan i-refund ng partnership yon. Plus interest from the time the expenses are made. O, di yan na, parang loans and advances made by a partner to the partnership aside from capital contribution. kanina, nung ang pinag-uusapan natin, responsibility ng partner sa partnership, the loans from partnership or loans to partners. Diba? So sabi natin, yung partner, kailangan magbayad siya ng interest kapag kumuha siya doon sa common fund, ginamit pang personal use. Okay? Liable din siya for interest pag ganun. Ganun din dito. If ang partnership naman ang ginastusan ng partner, ayun, it's considered to be a loan, okay, to the partnership or loans from partner. Okay? So, magbabayad din ang partnership ng interest. Okay? Pag ganun. And ire-refund niya dapat. Number 2, to answer for obligations, partners may have contracted in good faith in the interest of the partnership business. Okay? Ayan. It shall also answer to each partner for the obligations he may have contracted in good faith in the interest of the partnership business and for risks in consequence of its management. Ayan. Okay? So, dito, as in pera talaga, ito, babayaran pa lang. Okay, to answer for obligations, partners may have contracted in good faith in the interest of the partnership business. Okay? Partnership ng magbabayad, partnership ng sasagot sa obligation na yan. Because it was contracted by the partner in good faith and for the partnership lang din naman. Okay? That's Article 1796. Article 1797, eto na. Hanggang 1799, ito na yung partnership operations natin. If you remember nung accounting, nung FAR ninyo, okay, after partnership formation, partnership operations na, tas nag-depth quiz tayo after, if you remember, no? Now, itong partnership operations, what was the aim of partnership operations noong FAR ninyo? Diba, it is just to distribute yung profits and losses. Yun lang naman ang ginawa nyo eh. I mean, yun lang naman ang pinagawa sa inyo nung ang lesson natin is partnership operations eh. Salaries, interest, bonuses, remainder, o di ba? Tapos yung pangalan ng mga partners, tapos yung P&L ratio nila, di-distribute natin, salary muna, interest, bonus. Okay? And kung may remainder, di-distribute din according to the P&L ratio. If you remember that, okay? Yang ginagawa natin is covered by these articles, 1797 hanggang 1799. Wait lang, sasagot lang ako ng mga chats. Okay. Some urgent concerns lang. Ano pa ba? Okay, sa YouTube wala ba tayong tanong? Wala din naman. Sa Zoom wala rin. Kanina pa yan. Okay. So ayun. Okay, 1797 up to 1799 lays down the rules, okay, kung paano ba i-distribute yung profits and losses. So, kung gamay ninyo ang partnership operations noong FAR ninyo, this would be easy. Yun nga lang, may mga additional rules because yung sa FAR ninyo, we did not cover everything. Pero itong batas na ito, it covers everything. Okay? So, let's begin with Article 1797. Okay, the losses and profits shall be distributed in conformity with the agreement. Okay? If only the share of each partner in the profits has been agreed upon, the share of each in the losses shall be in the same proportion. Okay. Ang gusto lang sabihin nito, the partners may agree kung ano man ang kanilang profit or loss sharing ratio. Okay? What if hindi sila nag-agree? Ayan, ito. In the absence of stipulation, the share of each partner in the profits and losses shall be in proportion to what he may have contributed. So, ibig sabihin, ang first priority would be the P&L ratio agreed by the partners. Okay? In the absence of such agreement, saka tayo pupunta sa based on capital contribution. Okay? Kung profits lang, kung if for example, pwede kasi guys na ang profit ratio iba sa loss ratio. Let's say there are 3 partners. They share profits 2:3:5. Okay? Pero pag losses equally, pwede ba 'yon? Yes, pwede, pero hindi nga natin natatackle noong first year kayo because to simplify the illustrations and para hindi na kayo mahirapan masyado sa mga quizzes ninyo. But in real life, that can happen. Okay? So, ayun. I'm sure hindi kayo sanay na ganon kasi all the problems you have solved nung first year kayo, parehas ang profit ratio, parehas ang loss ratio. Kaya nga ang tawag natin P&L ratio kasi profit and loss ratio parehas na. But, pwede bang magkaiba? Of course naman. Pwede. Okay? Yun nga lang, sabi din ng 1797, if only the share of the partner in the profits, what if meron lang profit ratio, wala silang ini-specify, wala silang ini-stipulate na loss ratio? What happens? Okay? Eh di ibig sabihin, yung profit ratio nyo, siya na rin ang loss ratio according to Article 1797. What if walang stipulation at all kay profits, kay loss? Okay? Yun na. Saka na magiging based on capital contribution. Okay? But the industrial partner shall not be liable for the losses. Okay? Kasi nga, zero contribution ng industrial partner. Di ba? Kasi ang nagko-contribute lang ng money and property capital lang. I mean capitalist partners lang. Dahil zero ang capital investment ni industrial partner at the beginning, edi wala siyang hindi siya liable sa losses. Okay? Ito shall be in proportion with initial capital contribution ito ha. Okay? Initial capital contribution. If you remember, meron din tayong according to capital balances. Nagfo-fall yan under doon sa agreement. Okay, napag-agreehan nila, sige, kung ano na lang yung balance ng interest natin, yun na lang din ang profit sharing natin. Okay. Pwede yun. Yung nagko-compute tayo ng weighted average, di ba? Or pwede ring simple average lang. Okay, beginning interest plus ending capital, okay, divided by 2, the simple interest. Okay, if you remember yung weighted average, di ba? Kung ilang months, okay, minumultiply natin, yun. Okay? So industrial partner hindi liable sa losses. Mag-share siya sa profits but not losses. Okay? As for profits, the industrial partner shall receive such share as may be just and equitable under the circumstances. This was not covered. Wala kaming binigay na problem na ganyan. Okay? Noong FAR ninyo. Okay? Puro capitalist 'di ba? Yun nga, no? So, magkano ang share? Okay, let's say there are 4 partners, no? A, B, C, and D. And let's say na ang kanilang nagkaroon ng income or nagkaroon ng profit na 1.2 million. Okay? And the capitalist partners, they share profits, let's say, 2:3:5. So si A, B, and C, the capitalist partners, they share 2:3:5. Si A, 2 or 20%. Si B, 30%. Si C, 50%. Si D, siya yung industrialist partner. Okay? Hindi siya naisama doon sa profit and loss agreement. Paano yun? Okay, walang stipulation and yung capital contributions nila is 2:3:5. Di, syempre, sabi nga natin, in the absence of stipulation, saka tayo pupunta sa initial capital contribution. Wala ngang capital contribution tong si industrial partner, 0. Yung A, B, at C, nag-contribute sila 2:3:5. Di, paano yun? Okay? Sabi dito sa Article 1797, the industrial partner shall receive such share as may be just and equitable under the circumstances. Pero hindi ni-specify Okay? Kung magkano. Okay? If the partners agreed that maybe 200, let's say, paano ba? Yung 700,000 out of the 1.2 million, let's say, o yan daw ang just and equitable, sabi ng mga partners, o di yun, okay? Yun ang mapupunta kay industrial partner. O di, magkano pa natira? 500,000. Yun ang paghatian ng mga capitalist, 2:3:5. What if, walang sinabi yung mga partners kung anong just and equitable? Okay? Mag-a-apply dyan yung rule wherein the industrialist partner will receive the share will receive a share equal to the lowest share of a capitalist partner. Okay? Ulitin ko. Pag walang sinabi kung anong just and equitable, okay? Ang just and equitable share na mapupunta sa industrial partner would be equal to the lowest share na mare-receive ng isang capitalist partner. So, if A, B, and C, they share profits 2:3:5. Anong lowest dun? 2. O di siya rin ang kay industrialist partner. Ibig sabihin, 200,000 kay A, 300,000 kay B, 500,000 kay C, 200,000 kay D. So, add them all, that's 1.2 million. Okay? Yung nasunod ba yung relationship nila A, B at C na 2:3:5? Yes. 200, 300, 500,000. Yung kay D, did he receive equivalent to the share of the lowest capitalist? Oo, 200,000 ang kay A, siya ang lowest. O di yun din ang na-receive ni D. Okay? So, ayun. Yun ang just and equitable share na sinasabi natin. Okay. If besides his services he has contributed capital, he shall also receive a share in the profits in proportion to his capital. Okay. So, general rule in distribution profits, unahin ang industrialist partners. Give them what is just and equitable. And then, yung tira, yun na paghahatian na ng capitalist partners according to their initial capital contribution kung walang stipulation kung anong profits and losses. Pero kung meron naman profits and losses, may profit and loss distribution naman at kasama ang mga industrialist partners doon, adi yun nang masusunod. Pero ang sinasabi ko, in the absence of stipulation. Okay. Ayun. So, what if may industrialist capitalist partner? Ito yung last sentence. If besides his services he has contributed capital, he shall also receive a share in the profits in proportion to his capital. So, in effect, the industrialist capitalist partner will receive profits twice. One, as industrialist, and two, as a capitalist. For example, si C na lang, no? A is a capitalist, B is a capitalist, si C capitalist, industrialist, si D industrialist pa rin. So, anong mangyayari? Bibigyan natin ng just and equitable share si D tsaka si C. Okay? And then, yung tira, paghahatian nila A, B, at C. So, si C nag-receive as industrialist, si C magre-receive din as capitalist. Okay? Ganun siya. Article 1798, if the partners have agreed to entrust to a third person the designation of each share of each one in the profits and losses, such designation may be impugned only when it is manifestly inequitable. In no case may a partner who has begun to execute the decision, blah, blah, blah. Okay, assignment of profits and losses lang. Okay? Ay, hindi, iba. No, sorry. Pwedeng hindi partners ang mag-agree doon sa profit and loss ratio. Pwedeng ano yan? What's the term? Ihabilin, parang ganon. Or ipasas yung responsibility. I mean, pwedeng third person, ibigay sa third person yung power na mag-designate ng share ng profits. Okay, pwede lang yun. Okay? except if it is manifestly inequitable. Okay? It can be impugned. Okay? Ayun. Kapag hindi makatao, I mean hindi na makatarungan, okay? Then hindi susundin yung sinabi ng third person na yun. Let's say for example A, B, C and D, they are partners, no? Apat sila. They entrusted to E, okay? A third person yung pag-designate ng share in the profits and losses. So let's say si E sabi niya, okay, let's share yung profit and loss ratio ninyo would be 1:1:1:97. Parang hindi naman yata fair yun. Okay? 1% kay A, 1% kay B, 1% kay C, 97% kay D. Wow. That is manifestly inequitable. So, hindi na susundin yung sinabi ni E. Although they have entrusted the designation to E, pero dahil manifestly inequitable, hindi pwede. Okay? The designation of losses and profits cannot be entrusted to one of the partners. It can be entrusted to a third person, but it cannot be entrusted in any of the partners. A, B, C, and D. Di ba dapat agreement nila kung paano ang hatian ng profits and losses. What if si A lang ang nag-decide without the knowledge of B, C, and D? Hindi pwede yun. Okay? Article 1799. A stipulation which excludes one or more partners from any share in the profits or losses void. Wag natin isali si B. A, C, and D lang daw ang maghahati sa mga profits noon. Hindi pwede 'yon. Okay? Hindi pwede 'yon. Okay? Pero pwede bang i-exempt sa losses? Pwede. Ang industrial partner. Okay? So yun, 1797 to 1799 tungkol sa hatian ng profits. Is it here? I think it is here. Ayun. Capitalist in proportion with their respective capital contributions kung walang agreement. Okay? Industrialist partners bibigyan ng JES. Not 10 na hindi 10. JES, just and equitable share. Okay? Number 2, if profit sharing is stipulated, ganon din sa losses. Nasabi na natin yan kanina. If walang profit sharing, losses, according to capital contributions na rin, same as profits. Tapos ang industrialist partners, hindi sharean ng loss. Okay? A stipulation which, ito yung 1799. Okay? So, yun. Pero if there is an agreement, sabi ng 1797, ayun, as agreed. Kung ano man ang pinag-usapan nila, yun na yun. Okay? These rules will only apply if there is no agreement, if there's no stipulation. Okay. So, let's go to 1800. Okay? Article 1800, a partner who has been appointed manager in the articles of partnership without specification of their respective 1801 yung binabasa ko. 1800. The partner who has been appointed manager in the articles of partnership may exclude all acts of or may execute all acts of administration despite the opposition of his partners unless he should act in bad faith. And his power is irrevocable without just or lawful cause. The vote of the partners representing the controlling interest shall be necessary for such revocation of power. A power granted after the partnership has been constituted may be revoked at any time. Okay? Ang powerful ng managing partner pala, no? If before pa lang, if yung kanyang pagiging or yung pagkaka-appoint sa kanya na managing partner nakasulat sa articles of partnership. Okay? A partner who has been appointed manager in the articles of partnership. If yung kanyang appointment nakasaad doon sa articles of partnership, ibig sabihin, that managing partner may execute all acts of administration despite the opposition of his partners. So kahit yung mga ibang partners hindi sang-ayon sa mga ginagawa niya, he can execute all acts of administration as long as hindi siya in bad faith. Okay? And yung kanyang power irrevocable kapag nasa Articles of Partnership. Pero, hindi yan absolute. Okay? The power given to the managing partner, okay, can be revoked, okay, without basta merong just or lawful cause. Okay? Paano tatanggalin ang isang managing partner na nakalagay sa Articles of Partnership? Okay? Kailangan merong just or lawful cause. Okay? Paano nga? Di pagbobotohan ng mga partners. Kailangan manalo yung mga partners representing the controlling interest. Let's say, A, B, C, and D. Sabihin natin ang kanilang interest ay kay A, 10%, kay B, 30%, ay ilan na yun, 40. Kay C, another 40%, and then kay D, 20. Hindi, ganito na lang. 1, 2, 3, 4 na lang, no? A, 10%, B, 20%, C, 30%, D, 40%. O, yan ang kanilang mga interest. Now, let's say that ang na-appoint na managing partner is B. Okay? Si B. Partner B who has 20% interest. Kung gustong i-revoke ng other partners yung pagiging or yung power na binigay kay B as managing partner, okay, kailangan manalo yung mga partners na nagre-represent ng controlling interest. Let's say, si A tsaka si C, okay? Sila lang ang bumoto. Okay? Sila lang ang bumoto for the removal, for the revocation of power. O ilan ba kay A? 10%. Ilan ba kay C? 30%. O 40 lang yun. O di talo sila. Okay? Kailangan the vote of the partners representing the controlling interest. Okay? So, ganon. What if in-appoint siya manager or in-appoint siyang managing partner hindi sa Articles of Partnership, kundi after na nung na-constitute yung partnership mo? Pwede nang i-revoke at any time kahit walang just or lawful cause, kahit anong dahilan. Pwede nang i-revoke yung power. Okay? At any time. Okay? Yun nga lang, again, dapat yung vote yung may controlling interest sila yung manalo. Okay? When we say controlling interest, that's more than 50% majority. 'Di ba? Ay hindi, wala pa pala kayo sa sa investment in associate sa IA2 nyo, wala pa pala kayo doon, no? Kasi kapag sinabing pag sinabi mo kasing associate, ibig sabihin meron kang significant influence, meron kang 20% na hawak doon sa company na yon. Okay? Pero hindi yun controlling. Ang pag sinabi mong controlling interest, dapat majority. Okay? Such that wala nang magagawa yung kabila. Let's say 51% ang sayo. You have the controlling interest kasi pag nagkaroon ng botohan, sayo ang 51%, yung 49, mananalo ba yung 49 sa 51? No. Okay? So when we say controlling interest, majority. Dapat more than half. Okay? Ayun. So, Article 1801, okay? If two or more partners have been entrusted with the management of the partnership without specification of their respective duties or without a stipulation that one of them shall not act without the consent of all the others, each one may separately execute all acts of administration. But if any of them should oppose the acts of the others, the decision of the majority shall prevail. In case of a tie, the matter shall be decided by the partners owning the controlling interest. Let's say let's say A, B, C, and D ulit, no? There are 4 of them. Okay? Sabihin natin may 15 partners pero 4 ang ginawang managing partners. Okay? If 2 or more partners, kasi pinag-uusapan dito sa 1801. So, let's say, 4. Okay? 4 ang in-appoint na managing partners. Okay? If yung pagkaka-entrust sa kanilang apat without specification of their respective duties or walang stipulation that one of them shall not act without the consent of the others, bawat isa sa kanila pwedeng gumawa ng kahit anong acts of administration basta walang kokontra dun sa mga sa ibang mga managing partners. Okay, so let's say for example si A. Let's say nagbebenta nga kayo ng mga face mask, no? A decided to change suppliers, for example. Okay, that is an act of administration. Now, will the partnership be bound by the action of A na mag-iba ng supplier? Of course. Okay, kasi nga each one of them may separately execute all acts of administration unless naka-specify, okay, si A hindi ka pwede mangialam sa mga suppliers, ang sayo lang disbursement of cash or ibahin natin. Ang sayo lang A is production, yan lang ang pwede mong pakialaman. Hindi mo pwedeng pakialaman yung mga suppliers natin. Di naka-specify, di si A hindi siya pwede mangialam sa supplier. A cannot change suppliers anytime kasi nga may ibang naka-assign doon. Pero in the event lang na walang stipulation, walang specification ng kanilang respective duties, kahit anong pwede nilang gawin. Okay? So, let's go back. Si A, yun nga, he decided to change suppliers. If B, C, and D, yung ibang mga managing partners, okay lang sa kanila yung ginawa ni A, o di okay. Okay? Yun nga lang, pag merong nag-oppose doon sa ginawa ni A, let's say sabi ni B, bakit? Ba't mo pinapalitan yan yung supplier? Ganito, ganyan. Okay? Pag meron ng opposition, okay, the decision of the majority shall prevail. Okay? Apat sila eh. Let's say, si A, gusto niya magpalit ng supplier, si B kumontra. Si C at D umayon kay A. Hindi, B, tama lang yung ginawa ni A. Kasi ganito, ganyan. Sinong panalo? Si A. Kasi, majority wins, 3, 1 eh. Okay? Ang pumanig kay A, si C, tsaka si D. Walang nag-agree kay B, o di 3-1. Diba? Panalo yung 3. Okay? Pero in case of tie, what if si A, sabi niya, palit tayo supplier. Si B, sabi niya, hindi, wag. Kumontra siya. Si C, nag-agree kay A. Si D, nag-agree kay B. O di tie, 2-2. The matter shall be decided by the partners owning the controlling interest. Okay, so let's say si A meron siyang 10%, si B meron siyang 15%, si C meron siyang let's say 15% ulit. Tapos si D meron siyang 20%. O ilan na yun? 10 plus 15 plus 15. That's 40 plus 20, 60%. O di, ayun. So si A, who holds 10%, umayon sa kanya si C, who holds 15. O ilan na? 25. Si B, ang hawak niya 15. Si D, ang hawak niya 20. O ilan yun? 35. O sino panalo? 35% o 25%? 35. So, ibig sabihin, hindi magpapalit ng supplier. Panalo si B. Okay. O, matanong ninyo, bakit hindi nag-equal sa 100%? But 60% lang? Kasi nga, sila lang yung manager, yung mga managing partners. Sabi ko nga, 15 yung partners eh. O di, yung 40% nahati na dun sa 11. Okay? Silang apat, ang hawak nila 60 all in all. Now, ayun, yun ang 1801. I hope that's clear, no? If you have questions, you may just ask. Okay? Pwede sa Messenger, pwede sa YouTube. Wala pa ring chats. Okay? And then sa Zoom, wala din. Wala din tayong chats. Okay? Walang tanong. Pero in the event na magkaroon kayo ng tanong, pwede lang nyo akong tanungin anytime. Okay? Let's proceed. Article 18 02. Okay? in case it should have been stipulated that none of the managing partners shall act without the consent of the others, the concurrence of all shall be necessary for the validity of the acts. And the absence or disability of any one of them cannot be alleged unless there is imminent danger of grave or irreparable injury to the partnership. Okay, so kung walang stipulation na kung sinabi na hindi pwedeng gumawa ng sariling desisyon yung isa without the consent of the other. So, kung kunwari may ganong stipulation, kasi sa kanina, sa 1801, pwede nilang gawin kahit ano lang gusto nilang gawin. Okay? What if, dito sa Article 1802, okay, hindi daw pwedeng gumalaw or hindi pwedeng gumawa ng desisyon ang isang managing partner without the consent of the others? What if ganon ang stipulation? Sabi ng 1802, the concurrence of all shall be necessary for the validity of the acts. Ibig sabihin, dapat unanimous. Okay? Hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng kontrahan. So, yung kaninang sinabi ko na si A gusto magpalit ng supplier, si B kontra siya, hindi pwede yon under this case, under dito sa Article 1802. Okay? Hindi pwede yon. Okay? Kasi dapat unanimous. Okay? The concurrence of all shall be necessary for the validity of the acts. Okay? And the absence or disability of any one of them cannot be alleged. Hindi mo pwedeng gamiting excuse. Let's say, nag-meeting. Si A, si B, tsaka si C, absent si D. Okay? A gusto magpalit ng supplier. B, gusto niya. Sige, ganito na lang. Si A, gusto magpalit ng supplier. Si B, ayaw nga niya, di ba? Kontra siya. Pero absent siya sa meeting. Si C at si D, gusto nila, they agree kay A na magpalit ng supplier. So, tatlo sila nasa meeting and unanimous. Silang tatlo gusto nila. Si B ayaw. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, absent naman siya. No. Okay? Kasi sabi ng Article 1802, and the absence or disability of any one of them cannot be alleged. You cannot use that as an excuse. Okay? Unless there is an imminent danger of grave or irreparable injury to the partnership. Kung kailangan ng magdesisyon, it's a matter of life and death. Okay? Hihintayin mo pa bang mag-present yung isa? Wag na. Okay? Pwede mo na siyang gamiting excuse, but only in cases wherein there is imminent danger of grave or irreparable injury. Kung wala namang imminent danger, edi antayin mo. Okay? Hindi mo pwedeng gawing excuse yung absence niya. Okay? Bakit? What's the reason behind? Okay? Kasi, kung nag-meeting si A, C, tsaka D, syempre yung views lang nila ang napag-uusapan nila. B might have something different in mind. So, kapag present na si B, nag-meeting ulit sila, B, napag-usapan natin, naming tatlo ni C tsaka ni D, na magpalit ng supplier kasi ganito ganyan. Tapos si B sabi niya, hindi, wag tayo magpalit ng supplier. I disagree kasi ganito ganyan ganyan. Tapos na-realize ni A, ni C at ni D na tama pala si B. O di yun. Pag ganon, di naging unanimous na sila. Kaya that's the reason why hindi pwedeng kahit may absent mag-decide sila. Dapat they must decide lahat. Silang lahat na managing partners must decide. Okay? Only in cases lang naman wherein may stipulation na na dapat ang galaw ng mga managing partners hindi pwedeng basta-basta without the consent of the other managing partners. Okay? Okay? 18 by the way, yung sa 1803, okay, when the manner of management has not been agreed upon, the following rules shall be observed. 1. All the partners shall be considered agents, and whatever any one of them may do alone shall bind the partnership without prejudice to the provisions of Article 1801. Okay, ganito. Yung 1803, ito naman yung cases wherein walang na-appoint na managing partner. Okay, 1801, 1800, may na-appoint na managing partner, first paragraph nakalagay sa Articles of Partnership yung appointment niya. Second paragraph ng 1800, hindi nakalagay sa Articles of Partnership. 1801, what if maraming managing partners? Yung 1800, isa. Okay? Yung 1801, what if 2 or more? Okay? Yung 1802, what if 2 or more din? Yun nga lang, merong special stipulation na walang basta-basta na decision kung walang pahintulot ng iba. Walang consent ng ibang managing partners. Okay? Itong 1803 naman, what if wala? Okay? What if walang managing partner? Ayun. So, the following rules shall be observed. All the partners shall be considered agents. Kumbaga, parang kung walang in-appoint na managing partner, all of the partners shall be considered, kumbaga parang sila ng lahat ang managing partner. All of them will be agents. Okay, and whatever any one of them may do alone shall bind the partnership without prejudice to the provisions of Article 1801. So, kahit anong gawin ng kahit sinong partner, bound na yung partnership. Yun yung mutual agency na sinasabi natin. Okay? Any one of the partners, in this case, kung walang managing partner, okay, can bind the partnership with his action. So, if, for example, partner F, let's say, 15 sila hanggang, di ba? Partner F, may ginawa siya, ano mong ginawa niya? He sought the services of an advertising company. Pero, ayun, the entire partnership is bound pag ganon. Okay? Exception na lang, sabi dun sa number 2, none of the partners may, without the consent of others, make any important alteration in the immovable property of the partnership. Galawin mo na lahat, management, mga movables, but not immovable properties. Okay? Even if it will be useful to the partnership. Okay? Let's say, ano bang important alteration? Let's say, immovable, yung office pinalagyan niya ng second floor. Kunwari ganun. That is an important alteration in an immovable property. 'Di ba? So, immovable ang building, 'di ba? Tapos gumawa siya ng important alteration. Naglagay siya ng second floor. Even if it is useful to the partnership, hindi pwedeng gawin yun ng isang partner unless merong consent ng iba. Kailangan muna niyang kumuha ng consent ng iba. Okay? Pero, if the refusal, kung ayaw magbigay ng ibang partners ng consent nila and it is prejudicial daw to the interest of the partnership, parang makakasama siya doon sa partnership, the intervention of the court may be sought. Pwedeng mag-intervene na ang court. Okay? Pwede silang pumunta sa korte to resolve. Okay? Article 1804, this has something to do with assignment of interest, no? Every partner may associate another person with him in his share, but the associate shall not be admitted into the partnership without the consent of all the other partners, even if the partner having an associate should be a manager. Okay? Suits. Okay? 'Di ba? Kapag senior partner na ang isang lawyer doon sa law firm doon, binibigyan ng associate, 'di ba? So, is that, let's say na lang si Harvey Specter nung naging senior partner siya, 'di ba? Nung naging senior partner siya, binigyan siya ng associate. Okay? So, yung associate niya si Mike Ross, 'di ba? Okay? Is that associate a partner? Hindi. Okay? Unless all the partners agree na ipasok siya doon sa partnership. Okay? Ito yung delectus personae. Okay? Na principle. Okay? delectus personae. Okay? Yan yung legal principle na nakikita natin dito sa Article 1804. Okay? And pag plural, delectus personarum. Okay? Pag singular, delectus personae, isang tao lang yan. Okay? Delectus personarum, maraming tao. So, ang ibig sabihin lang nun is that a person has a choice kung sino ang magiging partners niya. So, kung ayaw niya, hindi niya magiging partner yon. Okay? So, ito, 1804, maipapasok lang yung associate na yon sa partnership if all the other partners agree. Okay? Kahit pa na manager or managing partner, yung partner na yon na binigyan ng associate, na may associate, okay? Hindi pa rin siya ma-admit dun sa partnership, okay? Kahit pa managing partner, yung partner na yon na merong associate, okay, hindi pa rin magiging partner. Hindi pa rin ma-admit into the partnership yung associate na yon, kahit pa kung ang boss niya managing partner. Unless na lang kung merong consent ng ibang partners. Okay? 1805, partnership books shall be kept subject to any agreement between the partners at the principal place of the business, and every partner shall at any reasonable hour have access to and may inspect and copy any of them. So, that is a right, okay, ng bawat partner. Okay, yung books of accounts, okay, yung ledger, yung journals, yung minutes of the meetings, yung financial statements, basta yung mga books ng partnership, okay, shall be kept at the principal place of business of the partnership. Hindi pwedeng iuwi ng kahit sinong partner. Unless na lang may agreement na ganun. Okay? And may karapatan ng bawat partner na magkaroon ng access. Pwede niyang makita yung mga books na yun. Okay? At any reasonable hour. Hindi niya sinabing at any hour. Okay? At any reasonable hour. Okay? 1806, partner shall render on demand true and full information of all things affecting the partnership to any partner or the legal representative of any deceased partner or of any partner under legal disability. Okay? Sharing of information. Okay? If any partner or his legal representative demand true and full information of things affecting the partnership, may dapat obligation ng isang partner na ibigay yun, yung information na yun. Okay? Doon sa partner na yun or sa kanyang legal representative. Okay? 1807, every partner must account to the partnership for any benefit and hold as trustee for it any profits derived by him. Okay. 1808, capitalist partners cannot engage for their own in any operation. Okay. This is in conjunction with an earlier article. And that is okay. Okay, this is itong Article 1808 is in conjunction with Article 1789. Okay, 1789 ang sinabi is an industrial partner cannot engage in business for himself. Okay, napag-usapan na natin yan kanina. Pero ang capitalist partner, hindi rin pwedeng mag-engage, pero limited lang. Parang wag lang kaparehas ng business nyo. So, if your business is, ang ordinary activities ng business ninyo is magbenta ng face mask, yung mga capitalist partners, bawal din magbenta ng face mask. Pero what if ang ibebenta nila Graham cake? O di okay lang. Okay? Pwede lang. Kasi hindi naman siya in line doon sa business ng partnership ninyo. Okay? So, balikan natin dito. Okay. If an industrial partner engages, ito pala. Okay, industrial partners cannot engage in any business. Capitalist partners cannot engage in businesses na kaparehas ng kanila. Okay? O, yan na yung 1808. Okay? What happens kapag nag-violate ang isang capitalist partner? Ayan. Ibibigay niya sa partnership yung kanyang profits. Pero kung nalugi siya, kanya lang. Okay, hindi niya pwedeng i-share dun sa partnership. Okay, let's say, face mask ang business ng partnership. Siya, magbebenta rin ng face mask. Okay? Personally. Okay? If nag-profit yung kanyang own operations, yung kanyang personal business, nakaparehas dun sa partnership business, kailangan ibibigay yun doon sa partnership. The partnership will claim those profits. Pero kung nalugi siya, hindi kukunin ng partnership yun. The capitalist partner shall personally bear all the losses. Okay, last for this morning, Article 1809, any partner shall have the right to a formal account as to partnership affairs. Ayan. Okay, so we're done with ito lang, section 1 lang. Obligations of the partners among themselves. So, kung napansin niyo ang napag-usapan natin, yun lang, obligations lang nila among themselves. Okay? Pero, mamayang hapon or kung kailan man, okay, ito property rights of a partner, tsaka yung last sa third persons. Okay? So, that is, ito maikli lang to, 1810 to 1814 lang, and then 1815 to 1827 naman ito. Section 3. So, thank you again for listening. We will leave it here. We're not yet done with week 2 lessons. We will have another live broadcast for the rest of the week 2 lessons. Okay, thank you very much and have a good morning.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. By the way, no, mamayang hapon, hindi ko pa yata na-upload yung assessments for this week, no? So, i-upload ko na lang ngayon na, i-upload ko na ngayon yung for week 2. Okay? And then your quiz will be on Thursday pa rin. Okay? So, either mamayang hapon or bukas siguro yung part 2